Hi, T.O.T. Carlson here. Once again, Kino Lorber has been absolutely killing it with these new 4K releases of classic films. Today we're going to take a look at another one that they've given their special treatment to, that being Serpico, the classic cop drama starring Al Pacino. I'm going to unbox this release, share my opinions, and let you know what I think. Nice close-up there of the package. You got the quote on top here. Many of his fellow officers considered him the most dangerous man alive, an honest cop. Great shot there of Pacino on the cover. There's our spine text. Back cover there, got some shots from the film, legalese, credits, description of the film, bonus features. Under the slipcover, pretty much the same thing. No reversible art on this one, sadly. Here's our disc. We got both the Blu-ray and the 4K. And I'll read the description of the film as follows from the package. Brand new HDR Dolby Vision Master from a 4K scan of the 35mm original camera negative. Serpico is based on the true story of a New York policeman who discovers that honesty is not expected to be part of his job. He endures scorn and mistreatment from his fellow cops while attempting to perform his duties with integrity. The character of Frank Serpico, combining the best elements of the establishment and counterculture, is a tour de force role for Al Pacino. The film is a breathtaking suspense story and a fascinating character study, as well as a memorable statement about government's inherent flaws. Rendered with unflinching realism by director Sidney Lumet, Serpico earned 1973 Oscar nominations for its screenplay by Waldo Salt and Norman Wexler, from the acclaimed biography by Peter Moss, and for Best Actor, cementing Pacino as one of cinema's most versatile and iconic talents. Dramas about cops, specifically the corruption of government and the police force. Even in 1973, when this film first came out, those were fairly common story elements. But Serpico is sold by the fact that A, it's based on a true story, and B, Al Pacino just absolutely sells this part. I mean, from the beginning to, of course, the latter moments of the film, this is Pacino's movie, and he brings Serpico to life, making this one of the best cop dramas ever made. And it's one that I admittedly had not seen for the first time until about a year or two ago, but I am very happy that I finally got the chance to see it, and of course to revisit it on a 4K disc. We do get a pretty solid supporting cast in the movie as well, even if this is largely Pacino's movie. I mean, again, you get Cornelia Sharp portraying his girlfriend, and even get an early part from James Tolkan, the actor who'd go on to play Mr. Strickland in the Back to the Future movies, as an actor who calls out Serpico, accusing him of some unsavory activities in the men's room. It is a gritty, to-the-point drama that gets done what it needs to get done. I don't think there's a whole lot I can say about Serpico that hasn't already been said, but suffice it to say, if you're a fan of gritty police dramas, this one gets the job done. The movie, of course, was directed by Sidney Lumet, who'd previously done the original 12 Angry Men, one of the all-time great classics of cinema, which Kino Lorber also recently reissued. And a few years later, he'd do Dog Day Afternoon, also starring Al Pacino. The final film he ever directed was 2007's Before the Devil Knows You're Dead, one that I hope will also be getting a 4K treatment sometime in the near future. Serpico makes its 4K debut here. Apparently there was a foreign release of the film on 4K, but it had these really awkward-looking pastel colors. The release we get here from Kino Lorber is much more faithful and natural looking. I do like how this disc looks, although it does suffer from some black crush in some areas, from the shadows and the darks being a little too deep. I don't know if this was an inherent flaw of the original source material or if they just botched that element of the remastering. But other than that, I do think it's a pretty faithful and good-looking release of the film. Again, not the type that will ever be demo material for your home theater, but about as faithful as you can get. There are some bonus features on here. I assume these were all taken from prior releases of the movie, because nothing on the package is boasted as being new. You get a handful of brief featurettes that are certainly worth checking out if you're a fan of the film or any of the cast or crew that were involved. Serpico is a great movie, and I'm glad to see it finally get the treatment it deserves. Despite a few minor flaws, I can very highly recommend this release from Kino Lorber. Are you a fan of Serpico? Do you think it's Al Pacino's best performance? Comment down below and know what you think. Also, remember to subscribe to this channel for more content. I'm always posting new videos. And be sure to give this one a like if you found it helpful. I'm T.O.T. Carlson. See you next time.